What's up, everybody? It's David here at Smittys Garage, coming at y'all on this beautiful, hot summer day. You know, we're in the triple digits. As y'all can tell, I'm kind of somewhere else. Shop's back there in the background. Kind of figured I'd do this little job somewhere else today. Real quick, easy job. Beneficial in the long run. Let's see what it is, guys. Come check it out. Slow and steady wins the race, guys. I'm in a little different area today. I'm under my patio. Be honest, I just come home from work. About 110 degrees here today, and I think my patio is going to be a little cooler. You know, real simple, easy job we're going to do today. You know, might ask what we're going to do. Let's I don't know. Let's take a peep at it. Yeah, got the yard tractor up underneath the patio. Got a lot of stuff. So what my objective is LED lights install. And I don't know if y'all can see them, but I actually started working and forgot to start filming this, but I've replaced the factory bulbs there with LED bulbs. So here's them LED lights, the external ones I'm wanting to put on. I'm thinking about something, about right in here in the center, because the way that this here works when I tip that up is the actual housing is right there. Light housing, I don't want to go into that. I don't stick a lot of stuff on the front, not at all. And then for the rear, I think we're going to do something like this. We're going to remove this bolt. Now it goes all the way through, and that bolts into there. And we're going to set this up on top like that. And then I'll have to drill this hole out a little bit. That won't be no big deal. And then we'll feed that bolt down in there like that. Now that should bring us up above here. So I'll have a rear facing light. Now this is where it's going to get interesting. So the front facing light, I'm going to splice it in and wire it in with the headlights. The one for the rear, we'll be drilling a hole inside there, putting this toggle switch in between the lights and say the battery, and then running the wire up underneath on that side right there. So that way I can turn that rear light off and just have the front lights at night. That's the plan. That's the hope. Let's execute it and get to it, guys. So I think what we're going to start out with is I'm going to pop that hole right there in the center. Y'all see the width right there. Y'all can kind of see where we are. The plan is to tie the front light into that right there. So we got this much done. So what I did is I drilled me a hole through here that'll fit my boat, and I drilled it through the deck lid of the mower. Now I went with this unistrut because I definitely want my light to be above there. It's hard to see it, guys, but right there I drilled me a secondary hole. And what we're going to do is we're going to fish this power line for the light just down through it. Now that's going to put it down there with the with what we need right there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look at the diagram real quick, make sure which one's going to be the hot, which one's going to be the ground. We'll cut it, and splice them and put them in together. When I get that, guys, I'll bring y'all back. So that installation, you know, pretty straightforward, guys. This is what we got. So your brown is your hot and your black is your ground. So I just put some butt splices in there, connected these accordingly, red to the brown, black to the ground. Then I put some heat shrink on there to kind of secure that butt connector into place. I wasn't real worried about this, you know, it's real thin plastic metal. That's metal, but anyway, it's got a sheathing over it, so that'll protect that. The next run's going to involve some of this. I'm going to use red for the positive and black for the negative. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to utilize this bolt right here. Now I'm going to put a cross piece on here and then the light. There's enough bolt hanging on the bottom of that I believe that's going to work, and that's going to mount my light. I'll pop a hole right there for the power cord to come through, and then from there we'll zip tie power going underneath the chassis here all the way up to the battery. I'll probably sink a bolt somewhere along there for the ground. I'm thinking on this side around in there is where I'm going to put the toggle switch. So let me get this light mounted up. Let me get my hole where I want my toggle switch, and then I'll bring y'all back. A little crooked, but guys, it's okay. I've come in, fished my wire through here. Of course, y'all can see I got the strands right here. That's going to be running underneath. Got my hole for my toggle switch, and sorry guys, got me a hole for my ground. I'm going to ground it to the chassis coming off of there. Your toggle switches will have, you know, power. So this is going to be my power, and I'm going to go straight to my positive on my battery. I want it separate from my headlight circuit. And then the red wire, the positive coming from the light's going to go, focus guys, focus. Going to go in that middle one. So that's kind of where I am right now. I'm fixing to be fishing these lines up underneath the chassis and zip tying them up, bringing them up to that hole to there. So I'll bring y'all back along when we get there. All right, so not the perfect run, but I've got my wires coming on up through here. I utilized a hole where this used to go. Got all this hooked up here. This run's going to go to my battery. This run goes to my lights, and this will go to the ground. So my next step really is I gotta cut me a length that I want for ground, strip it back so I can wrap it around the bolt, get this through that hole. I think we'll be ready to test it out once I get there. So let's knock these few steps out and we can test these lights during the daylight. Now it's getting pretty dark, not really dark, but late, and I need to go cook me a little supper, but just trying to wrap this up, and then we can test them out in the nighttime, because that's where I really want to see how they work. So let me get all this installed and we'll get these lights turned on, see how it goes. So I've learned two things on this, but I am going to call it stops for today. One, I learned I got this switch in upside down, and two, this nut don't work on here, so that's unfortunate. But I mean, they make new toggle switches every day. So yep, I wired in my stuff direct. So let me just turn this switch on. Boom. I got power there, so that's great. I do got it going. So I got my deal started. Let's see if we got lights. Oh man. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty good at night right there. I like that. I like that a lot. Now my theory for this is it's like when I'm backing up at night to something, I can just turn that light on. So that's pretty cool right there. So I think I'm gonna call this a night for tonight. But when I come back to it, I'm definitely gonna address this toggle switch situation. And I had just a little difficulty putting that parking brake on, so I'm hoping I didn't tuck my wires up on it. But I do got everything all up in there. So when I come back, I'm going to show y'all at night, but that'll be after I change this toggle switch out. And then we'll fire it up at nighttime and see what it really looks like. Well, it's pretty late at night. I was actually getting ready to go to bed, but I'm just curious how bright they are. So I'm just going to turn them on for just a second and see how bright they are. I still want to do a little riding around with it once I'm done, but let's check this out real quick. I'd say that's pretty bright for the rear light. Yeah, you can't see nothing when you're looking at that. Let me start it up, do the front. Got it running. Let's turn the lights on. Oh yeah, that's gonna work out pretty good, guys. Anyway, just a sneak peek until we fix that toggle switch and get on out here and ride around. Well, so searching around town, I didn't find a toggle switch like this, and next best thing was about $10. So what I did is I bought one of these for $3. It's plastic, and I just used the nut. Worked like a champ. I got it set up sideways, less likely to hit it. So that works pretty good. Toggle switch is nice and secure. So maybe tonight we'll get out here and we'll do a little nighttime riding. Just see how bright they are. Makes for a pretty good installation though. Tied into the headlamp for that one, and then wired in directly to the battery, to the toggle switch, to the light for the back one. Pretty cool, guys. Nice and solid. I like it. Well, let's take this old girl for a ride here. Test these lights out. As y'all can tell, it's not exactly pitch black, but that's just my pole lights at the shop. But let's go ride around a little bit. I got the lights off. We're just going to ride on out here a little bit. Pretty dark. Let's give it some light. Oh, nice. See, I got a blink, huh? I must have a loose wire somewhere. Seems to be working pretty good though. This is where I'm really going to need it at though. I'm going to come off into here from the back side. Where the rear light's going to come in. Especially when I go to load some firewood. I can tell I got a ground issue somewhere though. Y'all see it? Go ahead and kill this front headlight. Back in here is where I'm going to be loading firewood stuff. Let's see how my rear light works. Nice, guys, nice. Check this out. When I'm up in here with my little trailer, I can load my firewood up. To load it in. Nice. Indicator light's working. That's telling me that back light is on. Now it's off. Turn those on and move around. I'm going to go to another part of the yard and I'll bring y'all back. If I remember correctly, my actual headlights on this thing always did flicker, so I need to figure that out. But, you know, hey, if I'm riding around at night, guys, I can see good. I'm pretty pleased with this. I like it. So something I just noticed here, when I take and jiggle my key switch, make them headlights flicker. So I'm wondering if that isn't in the key switch. You know, let's say we got a storm going on and I need to do some hooking up in my generator shed. I can flip that light right there. I can see in my generator shed. Guys, I'm pleased with this. I think as far as that flicker goes, I either have a loose wire on the factory harness or my key switch is acting up. Either way, that's minute to what I got going on. I'll definitely work that bug out, but overall, I'm pleased with this installation. I really like that backup light. Cool, guys, cool. Have to admit, it's coming together good. Got the good tires on the rear. We got that rear LED light now. I may and I may not be addressing these front tires. Got that nice light up on the front, plus the two factories replaced. Have to admit, man, this little yard tractor's coming together good. I'm thinking about doing an extension bed on the rear. Probably have to brace it up. I'm also looking at getting me a ball hitch on the back so that I can better move my splitter and my trailers around. And if I do something like that, then I'll be able to brace off of it. Maybe make a bigger bed on the rear, because I'd like to be able to put a little bit more back there. But yeah, so girl's coming along good. I'm liking it. Liking it a lot. Well, that just worked out a lot better than I thought it would. Like I said, it'll this here will, in the winter time, you know, when I go gather my firewood, I'll have some light out there, put my firewood in my little trailer, drag up here. If I'm working in the yard, kind of in the cool, when it's dark, I'll be able to see good. You know, just a short recap. We put some LED replacement bulbs in here. Got them on Amazon for about $10. I picked these off Amazon for about $15 for both of them. A little bit of time, but we got it. Hey, I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me past couple of days as I just kind of knocked this out. I keep looking over here because Mr. Shadow's like, hey dude, I'm ready to get back in the house. You know, it's triple digit. Ain't no fun. I tell you, he's got it made, but I love my dog. I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me. Thank y'all for taking time out y'all's busy schedule just to see the crazy things I do around here. Do me a favor, guys. find something that you like to do it today. Tomorrow, do it better. I hope that y'all have a blessed day. Give me a thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe. I'd love to have you here at Smittys Nation. If nothing else, give me a thumbs down. I mean, probably deserve it. Hey, this is David here at Smittys Garage, wishing y'all a blessed day. Peace. I'm out.